Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jimdel-Edu. Once again, welcome back. Now we are back for part 25, and I'm glad you're here. You're joining us to continue our series, our project, guys. Now, this is where we are. This is where we left on part 24. Now you see where you are in this project. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to accept the request here on the admin dashboard. We have one request. Remember, on part 24, we left here, and Ben Thomas sent a request. By the way, I changed the picture, but which is fine. Ben Thomas sent a request, but the admin did not accept it yet. Okay, but in order to accept that request, the admin, we should create a file called api.php. But we did create it. We did create it inside admin.php, but we did not add any code inside that file yet. Okay, now even though now here I click on accept, nothing happened. Accept or decline or delete that request, nothing will happen yet because we do not have sufficient code, okay, to accept that request. Now let's go back. Open your code editor. Let's continue our project. Inside admin folder, we did create api.php. This is right here. This is the file. It's empty. Now let's add some code inside that file. But by the way, I'm going to divide that file into two tutorials. I'm going to make two tutorials only for this file, api.php, just to keep this tutorial as short as possible, guys. Okay, and you will save some time as well. All right, let's continue. The first thing we are going to do, let's put PHP. Remember we have to include main.php. Okay, next we have to set the time, because we need time for the when you accept the request, and then inside, okay, let me explain. Inside of the api.php, we will group all the conversation by the submit date. Also, we'll create the platform for the conversation between the user and the admin. Okay, now let's continue here. Add some note for you. This is where we are going to set the time limit to 0. Okay, and next, I think if I do it this way, that one is be better here. And then add the okay, next. Okay, this is where I'm going to output the JSON. I would put some notes right here. The JSON file to the header here. Oops. Okay. Let me make it. Let me move this right here. A little bit bigger for you. I'm going to say content type. Okay. Oh, you'd see it. Okay. Here, guys, this is okay. Next, this is where I'm going to create the start creating the foundation, the platform for the conversation. Okay. Start with the if statement. Okay. Action. call. All right, now this is where I'm going to pass. Now I want to make sure that here I got my ID exist. Make sure that the ID exists. Okay. Pass it. Okay, ID exists, and if get ID, and this is where I'm going now. If the ID exists, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the conversation based on the ID that I received. Okay. All right, the ID parameter here. Pass the add something. So the get the based on the ID. Okay, and I'm going to use a statement. Select oops, okay, message full name as the first one is account sender full name. Okay. As, and then now I go to the next line. Contact account receiver now full name, form, oops, my table name conversation, and use join the other account, the other table called account. Sender ID. I use on join again, and then go to the next line, and now let continue account I decided receiver ID, and do left join messages, M for messages on M that conversation ID where, oops, okay, I make this a little bit smaller so that you can see that ID, no, let's say see the ID where, see that ID again equal question mark, And now I go to the next line. Account sender ID. Now receiver ID equal question mark, and then I'll go here, a space, and for the status equal open. Okay. Semicolon. Okay. Now let's go here. Statement. I'm going to execute that statement. Okay. Get ID here. Using to get ID, I'm using a session right here. Okay. Okay. Equal statement. Okay. Now guys, now this is where I'm going to check if, now this is where I said get the conversation based on the ID, and then now I'm going to check if the conversation does not exist. And all right, now if no conversation, and this is where I'm going to pass oops, if no conversation, exit. Okay, exit. All right. Double quote, error, and I'm going to say the conversation does not exist. Okay. All right. And here in conversation which oops, and come on, go back. Okay, conversation, the account sender ID not equal, and then I have to open a session right here called chat account ID. Oops. Sender receiver. Okay. account ID equal okay. We get which account ID. We open a session for chat. Here, chat account ID. Now, next, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to retrieve all messages based on the conversation ID. Now we have to retrieve all the messages based on the account ID. And to do so, let me add some note for you. It's retrieve all messages based on the conversation ID by using statement select everything from I shall select everything from messages, my table called messages. This is let me go back and show you. We do have a table called this is a table called messages right here. Okay, all right, let's go back. Select everything from table called messages and set, make sure set is for is read equal 1. Where conversation ID we don't know yet, and oops. Okay, let me see. PDO, we select everything from the table called messages and set, oh no, we should set the conversation ID. Let's see, form table messages where conversation ID, because we cannot select everything from the table messages and set it read. No. Okay, let's remove everything right here because we should select everything from the table messages and where the conversation ID equal question mark, and then we have to use order by submitted. Yes, take everything, all the messages from table messages where conversation ID you start by you start with ID, and then we don't know it that one yet, and then but we have to order it by submit date, and from this is the order we limit right here. Okay. Next I'm going to say statement. Oops. I'm going to use this time we use by the value 1 and get ID. Okay. Here. by value again to the maximum messages. And then now we have to execute the statement. Okay. Let's see, because I have okay, we made a mistake right here on line 20 for me. I forgot to add the e execute right here, and then that's why you should add it right here as well. Let's see from top. Okay, everything's fine now. We do this. Okay. Next guy. Okay. All right, guys. Next, and then look for the result inside of array. No, this is a array reverse. Okay. Statement, and then I have to fetch everything, fetch all. Okay. And here space true. Okay. Next, guys, what I'm going to do next is okay, I'm going to update the I'm going to retrieve again all the word filters, because I want to create a filter in case someone add a bad word, we can replace it, we can remove it as an admin if you want to. Okay. And now I'm going to say retrieve word filters, okay, from the database. Word filters and use query. Oops. And this is where I'm going to say select everything from the word filters. We will create filters, okay, file later on. And I want you to fetch all. Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. Now next, what we want to do, we have to update the every time with the message, you have to send a message. The user send a message. You can update it. Able to update this one. We have to update messages and then set it to once you read, and then set it with message number 1 if you want to read it, and then we can mark it as read. Okay. Okay. And let me. Okay, and now this is I'm going to say update if you want it this way, update with messages by using statement. That's prepared update the table
table, update table messages, and I want you to set it, and it's with set from 1, where the conversation ID, yeah, conversation ID, yes, equal, we don't know yet, and not only the conversation ID, we have to go to the for the table account, to take the ID as well, account ID. Not equal. Statement we have, I'm going to execute that statement. ID. Chat account ID. Okay. And next, guys, what I'm going to do, this is where I'm going to organize. I'm going to group all messages by the submit date. Let's group all messages by the submit date. Okay. And to do so, you have to loop. Okay. I'm going to use a for each loop. As a result, remove this. Okay, put result, and let me pass my code from here. We say result. Let's start with a result. Result message. Okay. I'm going to use string. I replaced, yes. Array. Yes, I use array column to. I use array column for the word filters. And remove this, put a semicolon, and then put word. Also, I'm going to remove those ones. I'm gonna replace them by something else. Array column again. Word filters, and then here single quote, put replacement, like for the placeholder, like this is like a placeholder. These two are placeholder. Okay, when you create the form, you will see inside admin, these are placeholder. Okay, you will see them. Replacement, and put a comma here. Let's go to the next line. Let me go back again. Space to be okay. Now this is where I'm going to decode the emoji list. Okay, here now we have result message, and bring this space and quote. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and put a semicolon. Alright, and then now this is where I'm going to say conversation messages dit, and is the dit format here. String to time. Okay, use string to time right here. Okay, and call result submit it. Okay. And then here we need like this. All right. Okay. Keep this this closing right here, and then go next after. Go next after that. This is where we this is where we encode for the result for the JSON format. Okay, this is result for okay. By exit, JSON encode, yes. And what value is put conversation, yeah. Okay, right here, yeah, value conversation here. Now next what we are going to do, this is where we are going to create the archive for the conversation. We should create a place to set to put all our conversation. We call it archive. This is bring this to closing up, and then let's go next right here. Now this is let's create the okay, let's create archive for the let's create archive for the conversation. Keep it simple, and then I'm using an if statement to do so. Use set. Okay, get action. Okay, ID at this time. Action again. Okay, let's add our code. Now, inside of this if statement, this is where we have to update the conversation. Every time we got a new conversation, we have to update. Okay, update it and then put everything in order. Now, and every time we got a new conversation, we have to insert it inside the archive folder. Okay, and let's do this. Let me remove this, and let's use statement. Say update my table name conversation inside my database, and I want you to set it for me I'm going to give it a status of double quote, call it archives, okay, and where ID equal question mark, we don't know yet, okay. All right. Oops, and statement. Now I'm going to execute that statement. ID semicolon. All right, guys. Now, next, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to mark all the messages as read. Now, as soon as you read one message, each message that you read, and you have to mark it once you finish as read message. Okay, that's you read that message. Okay, I'm going to say let's mark the messages as read. You've been read. Okay, you read those messages already. Okay, and by using statement again equal prepared. Okay, the first one I was prepared update conversation. At this time I'm going to update. Okay, I'm going to update the table called messages. No, we have to put a update, sorry, single quote, update first, and my table name messages, and I want you to set it you read it, start from 1, and where conversation ID, yes, equal question mark as well. Okay, and then now remember we have to execute that statement. Execute here, and you have to get the ID. Oops, right here. Okay. All right. Now we have to output. Okay. We have to output the success messages as soon as everything is okay. This is where we have to output the success messages by saying exit okay, double quote message, and put it this way. No, okay, go here like this, and another double quote success. All right, let's see if we got another exit on top. Make sure we don't have any error message. Let's see. Exit error. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's okay, bring this up. This goes in right here. Bring this up, and I want you to go after this one. All right, guys. So now, oops. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the conversation endpoint. Now, for the conversation, if statement action, ID, action again, single quote, conversation create. Okay, and this is where I'm going to pass my code here. Okay, this is where I'm going to pass my code here. And we have to make sure that the account exists. All right, now this is where I'm going to pass make sure yes, I'm going to say account exists. Okay, and then use statement to prepare for me, and at the same time I have to select everything from account table called account where ID equal question mark. Oops. And I have to execute that statement right away. ID. Okay. All right, now guys, I'm going to use an if statement to fetch. Use statement. Now fetch, only fetch, not fetch all. Okay, now inside here, I'll make sure the account exists. So, and then I have to check if there is already a conversation between the sender and the receiver, like the user and the admin. I have to check all of this inside this block of code. Okay, let me add a few line of comment for you here. If the account exists, okay, and next make sure we have to oops, let me put it this way, oops, okay, check if there is already a conversation between the user and the admin or operator. It depends. Okay, who is online. Now, by doing so, I'm going to use statement to accomplish that, and prepared for me by selecting everything from table called my table called conversation, oops, where clause, oops, okay, and I have to specify account sender ID equal question mark, or could be a receiver. Okay, that got it here, not a problem. Question mark as well. Okay, and space, and oops, I can send the ID space equal question mark space, or again account receiver ID equal question mark. I'm going to give it a status of equal to open. Now create another double quote and put open here, semicolon. Okay. Statement. Let's execute that statement. The statement. Okay. With session at this time. Open the session. This will be chat account ID here. And session again, chat account ID, get let's take the ID, and also ID, oops, ID, okay, space. Okay. Statement. Make sure you fetch video. Now this is where I'm going to say if. Oops. If now if conversation, if the conversation already exists, guys, now we have to send directly the link for the conversation. Okay, that's what I'm going to do right now. Add this code. If the conversation exists, we have to output the link of the conversation. Conversation exists. I'm going to say send link. The conversation post, like when we say send link, conversation exists, send link to the conversation. That means once the conversation exists, we have to send the link. Now once you the admin click accept the request, and then we're gonna send it to the box with the text area where to start chatting with the user. Okay, that's what I mean by that. All right, so by exit here, the first thing, single quote, the URL, okay, like this. Another double quote, messages that PHP. Now I add messages that PHP, and if you we will create messages that PHP inside admin folder, okay, but not in this tutorial. Messages that PHP, and here, okay, equal like this, and then here inside the after equal, I want you to put create a single quote, space, that space like this, and we put include the conversation and call the ID. I want you closing space again, and like this, and put a semicolon. All right. Now, and here's the, if you click here, there's the if, the one block of code. I want you to go after this one here. Now,
what I'm going to do, this is where if the now if the conversation does not exist, now we are going to create a new not open a new like text area so that we can chat with it. Okay. Like for the returning user or a new user, this is for it's like a conversation does not exist. Like if we have a new user, that conversation that does not exist. Now we have to create a new conversation box. Okay. This is where we said conversation does not exist. And then we have to create a new conversation box. Put it this way. Okay. By using statement and to prepare it for me, we have to use insert into my table called, because it's a new conversation. Yep, my new table called conversations. Okay. Also I have to, because the account is for the account sender, like the user account receiver ID, sender ID, receiver ID, take two, take let's see, submit it, and I want you to take also the status. I want you to insert inside the conversion table, give the new user and then add everything inside of my table called conversation inside my database. Okay, space values. This is going to add the pass the values. Okay, let's pass the values. Go here, and now we over here. Values. Did you say? Okay, let me go back again. Say, okay, value space. Yeah. Okay. And then we create this. Go inside. We don't know. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's mean we need 3 sender account ID, receiver, submit this stuff. Okay, and then we need 3 question mark, comma, question mark, and comma, and then next one we have to put open. Okay, and we need to put a question mark here. All right, let me put a bigger. Okay, so that you can see. Yeah. Okay, this might be better now. Next, what I'm going to do is to execute the statement. We create the statement. We prepare. Every time you create, you prepare the statement, we have to execute the statement. Now, execute. Let's execute that statement. Okay. Use the open session. Yeah. Let's open session for the chat account ID. And then get ID. Okay. And for the date is the date format. Why? Okay. Now, guys, we're almost done. And then here, this is where we have to output direct link to the conversation. This is our exit. This is where we we have to output the redirect link to the conversation.
by exit this and the URL, okay, and that another double quote messages that PHP. Now because we need the message that PHP, another message that PHP file in order for this to work. Okay, ID equal, and we need a single quote here in a space. That space we did that already. Let's do it again. Now this time I'm going to say last insert. No, last insert ID like this. Okay. Yeah. Last insert ID. Now let me bring this up. Oops, semicolon. And let me bring this up again. Yeah. This is where I'm going to create an else statement. Okay. Else for the message that because we do not create messages that PHP yet. That's why, and then we have to exit and do the same thing. Okay, and we need a double quote, and we have to, if everything's okay, we have to go to the redirect link to the conversation. Otherwise we have to show the error message by saying by saying that the request is no longer available. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. So guys, this is where I'm going to stop for part 25. We create this part because we need a second tutorial in order for in order to accept the request. Okay. Let me show you. Now we have accept request. Okay. Now we can try. Click on the button to see if you got error message or not, because we're not done yet. Okay. We are not done yet finishing coding. Now nothing happened because we're not finished yet. All right. But once we finish, we click on the accept. We will be able to accept the request, and then you will no longer see request 1. We will see 0. Once we accept it, it will go back to 0. Okay. And let's go back to our code. Now, yeah, this is where I'm going to start for part 25. And then in the next tutorial, part 26, we'll add more, finish it with this file, api.php, that we're working on right now. Yeah, I'm glad, guys, you learned something. You reached from that far. I'm really appreciate that. And then also, I gave you a glance of a new project that I've been working on for a couple days, couple weeks. If you wanna see more, guys, subscribe, like, share this channel, and yeah. And then I'm leaving. See you in the next one for part 26 to finish. We want to finish on API.php. All right, see you. Bye bye.